The Kingdom of Bhutan, nestled among the peaks of the Himalayas, is a realm that oozes mystery, serenity, and unparalleled beauty. Picture lush valleys dotted with colorful prayer flags, ancient monasteries perched on steep cliffs, and smiling faces full of hospitality and warmth. But what truly sets Bhutan apart? I invite you to join me on a fascinating journey to unravel the secrets of this uniquely isolated country. As you discover Bhutan, you'll be captivated by its unique philosophy of gross national happiness and its breathtaking landscapes. Get ready for a journey that promises to be unforgettable and thrilling. So buckle up and embark on this adventure that will stay with you forever. Bhutan is a charming small country nestled in the heart of South Asia. Despite its small size and lack of access to the sea, it's brimming with impressive scenery, a rich culture, and friendly people who will surprise you. Did you know this kingdom is neighbors with two of the world's most populous countries, China to the north and India to the south? With its magical landscapes and vibrant culture, Bhutan is often called the land of the Thunder Dragon. What sets Bhutan apart is its isolation and the difficulty of access. Far from the hustle and bustle of the modern world, the country is a haven of tranquility where time seems to stand still and nature reigns supreme. Known as the most remote country on the planet, Bhutan enchants with its landscapes ranging from the subalpine mountains of the Himalayas in the north to the lush subtropical plains in the south. Standing out is Gangkhar Puensum, Bhutan's highest mountain and the world's tallest unclimbed peak, whose untouched beauty reflects the country's wild nature. However, Bhutan's magic isn't limited to its landscapes. The kingdom is home to a rich fauna, including the rare Himalayan takin and the golden langur, underscoring its ecological importance. Bhutan's history is equally captivating and complex. From the spread of Buddhism to the unification of the valleys by Ningawang Namgyal in the 16th century, Bhutan's past is filled with resilience and spirituality. It's impressive how Bhutan managed to embrace democracy without losing its unique identity. They struck a balance between preserving their traditions and culture while adapting to modern political systems. With a constitutional monarchy and a parliamentary government, the country is charting a promising path for the future. Despite being small, Bhutan has a significant impact on the global stage. Its commitment to environmental conservation and its status as the most peaceful country in South Asia are sources of inspiration for the world. Bhutan's geographical isolation is fascinating. Picture vast, towering mountains stretching as far as the eye can see, covered in dense forests and shrouded in mist. It's in this rugged terrain that Bhutan's history of isolation begins. For centuries, the country remained shielded from external influences by formidable natural barriers, hidden from the turmoil of the modern world. Imagine living in such a remote place that communicating with someone outside your village is complicated, and reaching the nearest neighbor takes a whole day of travel. This geographical isolation not only sculpted Bhutan's landscape, but also created a unique way of life. In this distant refuge, traditions have been carefully preserved, and ancient customs have flourished uninterrupted. But what does this isolation mean for the people of Bhutan today? It's a matter with pros and cons. On one hand, it kept the country's rich cultural heritage intact, allowing traditions to remain in their most genuine form. On the other hand, it brought difficulties in accessing modern amenities and economic growth. However, Bhutan managed to strike a balance. Through mindful development and a firm commitment to preserving its identity, the country opened up to the world while simultaneously safeguarding its untouched landscapes and ancestral customs. In Bhutan, true prosperity goes beyond material wealth, focusing on the happiness and well-being of its citizens. That's the principle of gross national happiness, GNH. Unlike an abstract concept, GNH is a fundamental guide to life in Bhutan. In this country, education and healthcare are free for all. This ensures that every child has access to education and that everyone receives the necessary care for a healthy life. Preserving culture is another crucial priority. Bhutan deeply values its traditions and works hard to pass them on to future generations. Respect for the environment is also essential. Bhutan not only maintains carbon neutrality, but is also one of the most biodiverse countries in the world. Conservation initiatives are exceptional, ensuring that its landscapes remain preserved for a long time. Maybe the most striking thing about gross national happiness, GNH, is its visible impact on the people of Bhutan. Talking to them reveals a genuine sense of happiness and satisfaction, something that's clearly reflected in their looks and smiles, making the experience of visiting the country truly inspiring. Bhutan's cultural heritage is lived intensely, not just observed. Buddhism, the central element of Bhutanese culture, permeates every aspect of daily life. Quiet monasteries nestled in the mountains and chants echoing through the valleys are just some of the manifestations of this spiritual influence. But what really stands out about Bhutan's cultural heritage are its vibrant festivals, detailed architecture, and meticulously crafted artworks. Sechu festivals are a perfect example of this cultural richness. They bring entire communities together in lively celebrations, with traditional dances, colorful costumes, and ancestral rituals, providing a unique and unforgettable experience for everyone involved. Architecture in Bhutan is a real expression of the country's history and craftsmanship. The buildings here aren't just structures, they represent a living, centuries-old tradition. From the imposing dzongs, with their sturdy stone walls and intricate wooden details, to the simple farmhouses adorned with delicate carvings, each building tells a story of perseverance and deep respect for cultural heritage. While many nations rush towards the future, Bhutan remains steadfast in its dedication to traditions. The country guards its cultural identity zealously, even as it embraces the changes that the modern world brings. Thus, Bhutan stands out as an example of striking the balance between preserving the past and adapting to the present. Breathtaking landscapes. Picture waking up to the majestic sight of the Himalayan peaks emerging from the morning mist. That's the everyday scene in Bhutan. If you're dreaming of a getaway where crystal-clear rivers wind through lush green valleys, Bhutan is the perfect destination for nature lovers. Our journey begins in the heart of the country, at Punakha. This ancient fortress, strategically positioned at the confluence of two rivers, is a true testament to Bhutan's rich cultural heritage. As you walk through its lavishly decorated corridors, you can't help but feel the presence of history with every step. And of course, we can't forget the famous Paro Taktsang, also known as Tiger's Nest, one of Bhutan's most iconic spots. Every corner of Bhutan offers a new breathtaking view, making each day a visual and spiritual adventure. Perched dramatically on a cliff's edge, this sacred monastery is a true marvel of architecture and spirituality. Legend has it that Guru Rinpoche arrived here by flying on the back of a tigress. What an entrance! Yet it's not just the sights that impress, but the journey itself. As we trek through Bhutan's rugged terrain, we're treated to spectacular waterfalls, dense forests teeming with wildlife, and picturesque villages that seem frozen in time. What really sets Bhutan apart from other places? It's the people. Warm smiles and genuine hospitality await you around every corner. Whether you're sharing a cup of butter tea with monks or laughing along with locals in a bustling market, you'll find a sense of peace and connection that's rare elsewhere. As the sun sets, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, we're reminded of Bhutan's enchanting beauty. This country isn't just a spot on the map. It's a place that captures the essence of a state where nature tells stories of the past. Let's talk about Bhutan's environmental strategy. Imagine a place where preserving the environment isn't just a trend, but a way of life. Bhutan is one of the rare countries in the world with a negative carbon balance and has committed to maintaining this carbon neutrality forever. What an example in the fight against climate change. Bhutan doesn't just talk the talk, it walks the walk. With its numerous rivers and majestic mountains, the country harnesses the power of nature to produce clean, renewable energy. Hydroelectric plants dot the landscape, providing sustainable electricity for Bhutanese and even exporting surplus to neighboring nations. It's like they've discovered the formula for coexisting in perfect harmony with nature. Bhutan stands out for its extensive network of protected areas, covering more than half of its territory. These spots aren't just your typical parks. They're true biodiversity havens, home to numerous rare and endangered species. For wildlife enthusiasts, Bhutan is a real paradise. Among the illustrious inhabitants of its forests are the elusive snow leopards and the impressive Bengal tigers, offering an unforgettable experience for enthusiasts and conservationists alike. Bhutan's commitment to environmental preservation goes far beyond just keeping its landscapes untouched. This commitment extends to all aspects of daily life, including agricultural practices. The country blends traditional methods with modern techniques to ensure sustainable food production, while protecting the fragile balance of its ecosystems. Bhutan sets an example for the world, showing how it's possible to harmonize human development with nature conservation. Let's dive into the world of archery first, which is more than just a sport in Bhutan. It's a cultural and community celebration. In this country, archery isn't just about hitting the target. It's about a festivity that celebrates life, unity, and traditions. Picture a breathtaking scene of majestic mountains where teams compete dressed in traditional attire, men wearing the go and women wearing the kira. The competition is fueled by laughter and applause echoing through the valleys, creating an atmosphere of camaraderie and Bhutanese culture. Now let's delve into the elegance of the go and kira. These garments are much more than mere clothing. They're laden with historical and identity meanings. The go, a knee-length robe tied at the waist, symbolizes masculinity and strength. The kira, a gracefully draped dress around the body, represents femininity and elegance. Every fold and every stitch carries stories from Bhutan's past, passed down from generation to generation. Picture imposing monastery fortresses perched on hills shrouded in a light mist. These are the dzongs, the spiritual and administrative centers of Bhutan. More than just grand buildings, dzongs are living symbols of the country's deep spiritual heritage. Within their walls, monks recite ancient prayers and vibrant festivals come to life, celebrating the eternal struggle between good and evil. Here, past and present harmoniously intertwine, cherishing and preserving traditions. In Bhutan, happiness goes beyond a fleeting emotion. It's deeply rooted as a way of life. Happiness is an essential part of the social fabric, demonstrated daily by the Bhutanese people. From serene monasteries perched on cliffs to warm smiles from locals greeting you on the streets, joy is palpable in every corner of this enchanted kingdom. For the Bhutanese, happiness isn't a final destination, but a constant and valuable journey. When we talk about Bhutanese cuisine, one thing stands out: spicy seasoning. At the heart of many traditional dishes is the cherished red rice, a grain that's lightly chewy and subtly flavored, serving as an essential base in Bhutanese meals, complementing culinary creations with its unique texture. But let's talk about the real star of Bhutanese gastronomy, emadachi. This dish is an irresistible combination of peppers and cheese, forming a stew that promises a flavor explosion. The mix of spiciness and creaminess in emadachi is a taste experience you'll want to repeat, maybe accompanied by a glass of water to cool down the heat. No traditional Bhutanese meal would be complete without the famous momos. These tasty dumplings, packed with flavor, are a real treat. They can be stuffed with meat or vegetables and prepared steamed or fried. Regardless of the version, momos offer a comforting sensation with every bite, warming the heart and soul. You must be curious about what makes Bhutanese cuisine so special. The answer lies in the balance of flavors and the clever use of local ingredients. Ingredients like wild mushrooms and yak meat are transformed by Bhutanese chefs into healthy and tasty dishes, making the most of the natural resources available. However, Bhutanese cuisine goes beyond the dishes themselves. It's a celebration of taste and tradition. Bhutanese cuisine is a profound reflection of its culture and traditions. Meals, often shared with family and friends, are precious moments where each dish has a story to tell and every bite celebrates life. Whether you're a lover of spicy foods or just curious about the diverse cuisines of the world, Bhutanese cuisine promises a true sensory adventure. From the intense flavor of emadachi to the cozy comfort of momos, each dish is an invitation to dive into the rich cultural tapestry of Bhutan. Did you know that in the enchanting country of Bhutan, sustainability isn't just a trend, but a deeply ingrained way of life? The Bhutanese government places environmental conservation and cultural preservation at the top of its priorities. They recognize that their greatest treasure lies in the untouched nature and ancestral traditions that make Bhutan so unique. But here's a key point. To explore this magical realm, it's not enough to simply buy a plane ticket and land. Not at all. You need to schedule your trip through an authorized tour operator. It might seem a bit restrictive, but that's Bhutan's strategy to ensure that every visitor has a positive impact. The country encourages tourists to immerse themselves in local culture by participating in homestays, traditional festivals, and community initiatives. Bhutan's commitment to sustainability goes far beyond tourism. Did you know it's the only country in the world with a negative carbon balance? That's truly impressive and a shining example for other nations to follow. As we wind through the twisting paths of Bhutan, we're greeted by majestic monasteries clinging to cliff edges. Colorful prayer flags dance in the wind, whispering ancient mantras into the mountain air. Here, spirituality is more than just an idea. It's a way of life. Meditation is deeply rooted in the everyday lives of Bhutanese, with meditation centers scattered throughout the country, inviting visitors to delve into their own consciousness. But what makes Bhutan the ultimate spiritual retreat? It's not just the stunning landscape or ancient monastic traditions, but the profound sense of peace felt in every corner of this place. Whether participating in a sacred ritual in a monastery or simply meditating in silence among the whispering pines, Bhutan offers a sanctuary for the soul. It's a place where you can reconnect with your inner self and find tranquility amidst the chaos. So, dear travelers, if you're in search of a peaceful retreat and longing to reconnect with yourselves, Bhutan is the perfect spiritual destination. It welcomes you with open arms, promising to guide you towards enlightenment. Until next time, may your journey be filled with serenity and joy.